Everything you think you know about Toy Story is built on a lie. For 30 years, we've accepted one truth about Pixar's 1995 masterpiece. Sid Phillips is the villain. He's the psycho neighbor kid who tortures toys for fun, the monster who creates nightmarish mutants from the bodies of his victims. We know this because Woody tells us, and Woody's the hero, right? But here's the problem. Toy Story contains a scene that completely obliterates this narrative. The moment Sid's so-called mutant monsters swarm a broken Buzz Lightyear, and instead of cannibalizing him like the horror movie Woody imagines, they perform emergency surgery to repair him. Think about that. Andy's toys, the good guys, spend their time holding meetings about plastic corrosion and panicking about birthdays.
What do you mean the party's today? His birthday's not till next week.
Sid's toys, on the other hand, they're out here reattaching severed limbs with the precision of field medics. I'm not saying Sid is misunderstood. I'm saying Sid Phillips is the only character in Toy Story who actually knows how to fix what's broken. And by the end of this video, you're gonna see why the happy ending where Woody and Buzz escape back to Andy is actually the tragedy of the film. But first, we need proof. And nothing proves this theory better than the words straight from Woody himself.
Tuesday night's plastic corrosion awareness meeting was, I think, a big success.
Plastic corrosion awareness. Let that sink in. Andy's room isn't a toy paradise. It's a surveillance state where the citizens live in constant fear of execution. The movie opens with what looks like innocent playtime. Woody stopped one-eyed Bart rounding up cattle, being Andy's favorite deputy.
You're my favorite deputy!
It's wholesome, it's nostalgic. But the second Andy leaves the room and the toys come alive, the mask drops. Woody doesn't greet his friends, he doesn't celebrate, he panics.
Pull my string, the birthday party's today?
This is the reaction of someone who just learned a corporate merger is happening and layoffs are coming. And he's right to be scared, because when we cut to the staff meeting Woody is running, the mood isn't cheerful but apocalyptic. The agenda includes thanking Mr. Spell for that plastic corrosion seminar, not how to have more fun or celebrating our friendship. No, these toys are holding institutionalized meetings about their own physical decay. That's like your office scheduling weekly "you're definitely going to die someday" seminars. They're organizing their social calendar around mortality. Why? Because in Andy's room, a broken toy is a dead toy. There's no repair shop, no maintenance team. You break, you're done.
I forgot. You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Look at what happens in Toy Story 2 when Wheezy's squeaker breaks. He gets shelved, forgotten, nearly sold at a yard sale. The toys know this.
You're a piece of plastic. You were made to be thrown away.
They know their value is entirely dependent on staying pristine, staying in Andy's good graces, staying useful.
We're all just one stitch away from here to there.
And then the birthday party gets moved up a week early. The room erupts in chaos.
They're getting bigger!
Wait, there's a nice little one over there.
These aren't family members excited for a celebration, they're employees who just found out the boss is interviewing their replacements. Rex doesn't fear competition, he fears replacement.
What if Andy gets another dinosaur? A mean one! I just don't think I can take that kind of rejection!
This is xenophobia dressed up as comedy. Any new toy is a threat, an invader, someone who might take your spot. It's isolationist thinking, the psychology of a population under siege.
I'm still Andy's favorite toy.
And how does Woody, their dear leader, respond? Does he tell them they have intrinsic worth? That they matter beyond their function? No.
Hey, listen, no one's getting replaced. This is Andy we're talking about. It doesn't matter how much we're played with. What matters is that we're here for Andy when he needs us. That's what we're made for, right?
The translation here is your life has no meaning outside of serving your owner, your tools, not individuals. This is servitude theology, the idea that your entire existence is justified only by your utility to someone else. So Woody deploys the Green Army men with a baby monitor to spy on the birthday party. Think about that for a second. They're running a Black Ops reconnaissance mission in their own home. They've militarized the household world because they view the outside world, even their owner's birthday party, as an existential threat.
Yes, sir, we're next month's garage sale fodder for sure.
We accept this as normal because the movie frames it as cute, but strip away the animation and you're looking at a totalitarian surveillance state where the population lives in constant dread of being discarded. The toys in Andy's room don't celebrate change, they fear it. They don't innovate, they preserve. And they don't fix what's broken because they can't. Now contrast that with what happens across the street, in Sid's room, where broken doesn't mean dead, it means opportunity. Before we can understand what Sid really is, we need to solve the Buzz Lightyear Paradox, because Buzz breaks every rule Andy's toys live by. And that's the point. When Buzz arrives, he doesn't think he's a toy. He believes he's an actual space ranger on a mission to defeat Emperor Zurg.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Star Command, come in. Do you read me?
The other toys think this is hilarious, pathetic even, but here's the paradox. If Buzz doesn't believe he's a toy, why does he freeze when humans enter the room? Because freezing isn't a choice, it's a reflex. Rex fears replacement, but he never questions why he freezes. None of them do. It's biological, hardwired. Every toy in the movie, whether they know they're a toy or not, freeze automatically when a human shows up. Buzz can believe he's a space ranger all he wants, but his body betrays him. The freeze reflex proves that being a toy isn't a social construct or a learned identity, it's ontological to who and what they are. This is why Woody's famous speech to Buzz is so insidious.
You are a toy!
Woody frames this as breaking Buzz's delusion, as tough love, but what he's actually doing is ideological indoctrination. He's saying, you are not a hero, you are not an explorer, you are a product. Your purpose is to be used by a consumer. It's a profoundly cynical worldview. Woody is telling Buzz to accept his role as a commodity, to internalize his own objectification, to find meaning only in being played with by a 6-year-old. Stay in your lane, know your place, and don't dream bigger than the toy box. And you know who doesn't care about any of that? Sid Phillips. When Sid straps Buzz to a rocket and prepares to launch him into the sky, we're supposed to see this as sadistic torture. But look at what Sid is actually doing. He's trying to make Buzz fly. Buzz's entire identity, both as a deluded space ranger and as a branded action figure, is built around space travel. And the only person in the entire movie who tries to send Buzz to the stars is Sid.
Sid Phillips reporting. Launch of the shuttle has been delayed due to adverse weather conditions at the launch site. Tomorrow's forecast, sunny.
Sure, the method is dangerous. It's reckless, but Sid is a kid working with what he has, fireworks and duct tape. He's not ignoring Buzz's narrative, he's fulfilling it. Meanwhile, Woody just wants Buzz back in the toy box, safe and static, never evolving beyond his factory settings. Sid sees potential. Woody sees a product that needs to be preserved. Here's where everything flips. Buzz falls out of Sid's window trying to fly. His arm completely severs. In the world of Toy Story, this is a death sentence. Andy's toys have no way to fix major damage. Remember Wheezy, the penguin whose squeaker broke? He got shelved and nearly sold.
I forgot. You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore.
That's the protocol in Andy's room. If you break, you're garbage. Buzz is now sitting in Sid's room, delirious, his severed arm lying beside him. He's ranting about Mrs. Nesbit, a broken shell of his former self. Woody finds him and tries to grab the arm, but then he sees them, the mutants. Emerging from the shadows, crawling towards Buzz. Woody loses it. He attacks them, throws them aside, screams at them to stay away. This is the climax of Woody's propaganda, the moment where the monsters are supposed to confirm everything he's been saying about Sid's house being a nightmare factory. Except that's not what happens. They fixed him. The mutants didn't attack Buzz, they performed surgery, they reattached his severed arm, a task that requires mechanical knowledge, manual dexterity, and cooperative teamwork. Think about the technical skill involved here. A Buzz Lightyear arm attaches with a ball and socket joint under tension. You need precision to align it, strength to snap it back into place, and multiple hands working together to stabilize the torso while inserting the limb. This is a repair collective that understands biomechanics and engineering, and they did it for free. They didn't ask for payment, they didn't seek gratitude. After Woody realizes what happens, the mutant toys turn and look at him and stare innocently. Then they just retreat back into the shadows. They healed a toy who represents everything they're not: pristine, factory fresh, normal. They helped someone who looked down on them, and they expected nothing in return. Compare this to Andy's room, where toys are holding plastic corrosion awareness meetings because they're completely helpless to stop their own decay.
But I'm still broken.
They talk about the problem. Sid's toys solve it. After the arm repair, the mutants reveal 2 more toys: Janie, a doll, and Pterodactyl, a dinosaur. Earlier in the film, we saw them with their heads swapped, Janie's head on the pterodactyl body and vice versa. It looked like body horror cannibalism, except now their heads have been taped back on their correct bodies. They weren't eating each other, they were in triage. The mutants are a self-regulating medical unit. They're the immune system of Sid's house, constantly fixing damage, restoring function, and integrating new parts. So what does this tell us about Sid? Sid isn't creating monsters. He's teaching them to survive. Every modification he makes, every leg swap, head transplant, every hybrid creation gives these toys skills they never had. They learn to adapt. They learn to cooperate across body types. They learn that breaking doesn't mean dying, it means transformation. Sid is running a makerspace. Andy is running a museum. But if you think this is just about one scene, wait until you see where Sid ends up. In Toy Story 3, Sid reappears. He's an adult now, working as a garbage collector. He's wearing the same skull shirt, faded now, under a high-vis vest. And he's drumming on trash cans, vibing to his headphones, completely content with his job. Most people see this as a joke. Haha, the bad kid grew up to be a trash man. But that reading misses the entire point. Sid became a garbage collector because he's the only person in the Toy Story universe who understands that nothing is truly garbage. His whole childhood was about finding value in what others threw away. Those mutant toys were built from broken parts scavenged from the trash. The legs, the heads, the torsos were all pieces that Andy would have discarded without a second thought. As a garbage man, Sid is doing the same work at scale. He's the steward of the discarded, the forgotten, and the broken. He's the one who confronts the reality that toys, like all material objects, eventually end up in the trash. And instead of pretending that doesn't happen, he dedicated his life to managing that final transition with care. Meanwhile, what happens to Andy? Andy grows up, goes to college, gives his toys away. He abandons them. The love he had was temporary. The toys were distractions he outgrew. Woody, Buzz, the whole crew, they were just objects to him. Useful for a while, then boxed up and forgotten. But Sid never stopped engaging with the material world. He turned his childhood curiosity into a career. He never forgot that every piece of plastic, every broken thing has history and potential. In Toy Story 3, the toys nearly get incinerated at the dump. And who manages that facility? Who operates the systems that decide what gets saved and what gets destroyed? People like Sid. The bad kid grows up to be the guardian of the toy's final resting place, while the good kid just moves on. Andy forgot them, but Sid remembers everything he touches. So to recap, Sid isn't evil because he mutilates toys. Sid modifies toys through creative play. He's a maker, a kit basher, a kid exploring how things work. He's doing what every kid with Legos or model kits do, building something new from existing parts. Sid's toys aren't monsters and cannibals, they're healers. They voluntarily repair Buzz's severed arm with surgical precision. They're not monsters, they're medics. Andy isn't the ideal toy owner. Andy's room is a dystopia. The toys live in constant fear of replacement, hold meetings about their own decay, and depend entirely on their owner's whims for survival. It's a gilded cage. And Woody and Buzz escaping back to Andy is a tragedy. They're fleeing the only place where toys can evolve, adapt, and become more than child's playthings. They're choosing stagnation over transformation. Sid Phillips isn't the villain of Toy Story, he's the only character trying to fix what's broken. instead of just throwing it away. His creations don't live in fear, they live in community. They don't hold meetings about corrosion, they perform surgery. They don't worship a factory setting, they transcend it. The monsters didn't eat Buzz Lightyear, they saved him. And in doing so, they proved that Woody's entire worldview, that toys should stay pristine, stay in their lane, and stay useful to their owner, is a lie, designed to keep everyone powerless. The Mutant Repair Protocol stands as the silent, irrefutable witness to this truth. Buzz fits his arm back into his socket. It holds. Sid built that. And if this video just flipped your entire childhood upside down, do me a favor, subscribe and drop a comment with your hottest take. Do you think Sid was actually the hero all along, or am I going crazy? I read every single comment, and click on this video to see me expose John Hammond as the absolute con man he's always been. You won't believe what's in the Chilean sea bass.